Stop playing games in a relationship. If you and your partner or somebody that you're speaking to are going through a bit of a rough patch, the last thing you want to do is play some stupid games.
The dating scene is plagued with players, and we're not talking about sports players here. I think you get the gist. People who give you more problems in dating rather than the connection you seek. I'll be breaking down the different kinds of players you may meet out there in the wild, so let's figure out the in and outs of their tricks. So, quick disclaimer before we move forward, when we're talking about players in this context, we're talking about more than just people moving fast and having fun. What I'm specifically pertaining to are the people who intentionally prey on others emotionally, no regard for well-being at all. It's these people who give you mixed signals and plant doubts in your head. Worse, they have just as many variants as your average virus, so be on the lookout as we jump right in. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to these travelers. Let's start with the basics, shall we? So, picture a guy. He's always out and about, constantly going to and fro, never seeming to stay in one place for too long. Sometimes he might go, "Oh, it's for work," but other times he'll just straight up say he's on vacation. You'll hear from him constantly about how he cruises all over the world visiting cool new spots. On the forefront, he'll appear as if he has his whole life together. I mean, come on, he's touring the world and he never seems to have a boring day. So what's bad about that? Plus, you'll notice that this type of guy tends to be quite the charmer.
Ladies, I know you're not going to like this one, but generally speaking, if he seems too good to be true, he is too good to be true. That is not to say there are not great people out there, but anyone that comes across as perfect from the first date, generally speaking, too good to be true. You're welcome.
Not that it's a bad thing, but it does make him seem a bit too good to be true. And spoiler alert, that's because it is. The traveler type will be like what I mentioned. He'll go out of his way making simple to elaborate plans with you, setting dates, then never actually committing to them. He's the type to get your hopes up, then proceed to shatter them when he doesn't show up for the upteen time. The concerning thing is, when he says he's busy, it's fairly common for this type of guy to be busy with something far from what you've expected, which in this case, it's not even something, it's someone. Traveler's got someone else, likely someone who also gets the no-show treatment from him. What's even crazier is that he doesn't want his so-called options to call it quits. So he'll keep you at arm's length, giving parts of what you're looking for, but not quite. Be cautious of anyone who's like this. It's best to keep them far, far away because you deserve more than half-hearted promises. Now, we have the serial relationship guy. You've heard of it. It's that dude who constantly goes from one relationship to another. He has never heard of a break, and even if he did, he wouldn't care enough to take one. This right here is a pretty common archetype of the player. People who are like this, they thrive off of validation and just couldn't seem to stand spending even 5 minutes as a single man. Someone like this would treat relationships like a stepping stone, yet there's no clear goal in sight. He just wants to be anything but single.
Can we discuss jumping into a relationship too soon? In this day and age, I feel like a lot of people don't really care so much about the significance behind what a relationship actually means, to the point where they just want to have a relationship for the label of it. Like, they want a boyfriend, they want a girlfriend.
He's the kind of person to go from 1 to 100 rapidly, but then proceed to go from 100 all the way back to 1 in a pinch. Think of love bombing. He'll be quick to make bold claims and will be just as quick when it comes to labels. He'll go, "We're exclusive. You're my girl," way too soon with confidence that hardly matches the extent of your connection. And just as you'd expect, he's far from ideal for long-term relationships. The moment he finds a brand new muse, whoever is currently in his radar gets immediately discarded. So what do we learn from here? He'll essentially see you as filler, just as he saw every other person he got this affectionate with. And the worst part about this is that he will leave you hurting, while to him, this is a normal occurrence in the repetitive nature of his never-ending yet fleeting love life. Let's move on to the dog. Now, what exactly is this guy? We're moving into something a bit more complex now. Basically, the dog is this guy who will see your willingness to commit as some sort of challenge. He'll recognize that you want a serious long-term relationship. However, once he gets what he wanted from the get-go, he'll be off. At first, he'll seem pretty enthusiastic. You mention wanting a serious relationship and he'll be spouting about how he's the one. But don't be fooled. those are just empty promises because the moment you do start treating him as you would with anyone else you're in a serious relationship with, he'll back off. He would retract, probably even blame you for things going wrong. Put it simply, he's bored and wants attention, so he latches onto whoever will entertain a serious relationship with him. But as mentioned, the serious part is very one-sided. And as if that isn't bad enough, guys like this tend to go for multiple partners at once. He'll be juggling all these serious relationships, with air quotes, suddenly wanting space out of nowhere to buy himself a bit more time. In short, love is a game for him. But of course, you shouldn't have to be an unwilling character in some players' bored outbursts. You deserve someone who's playing for the keeps and not just for the moment. We're definitely digging deeper into more dangerous ones now. With how much you see the word gaslighting in recent times, it's sad to say that this is a common habit for the worst of players. For starters, he is the kind of person to take something minor and blow it up into some bigger issue. This is a form of manipulation, specifically done to make you doubt and distrust your own judgment. What does he do, to be exact? Well, he tends to twist reality to fit his narrative. This is to make you feel guilty, to manipulate the situation so that you're constantly trying to prove yourself to him.
Make me the villain. Go ahead.
I thought you cared about me, but this is how you show it? Rings a bell? Well, it's clear-cut manipulation. That's what it is. And yes, this is as exhausting as it sounds. Why do this, you may wonder? Well, the problem mainly lies in the fact that gaslighters yearn for drama. So when everything's going smoothly, expect him to cause a stir just to sate his boredom. There is no winning by staying with anyone like this. A gaslighter will always make you feel as though you're walking on eggshells. That is not what a healthy relationship is, and you'd be better off not having to deal with this kind of baggage in life. A relationship should center on peace, trust, and growth, not whatever the hell the gaslighter is up to.
Stop playing games in a relationship. If you and your partner or somebody that you're speaking to are going through a bit of a rough patch, the last thing you want to do is play some stupid games. Playing games means breaking boundaries, and if you're breaking boundaries, you're taking away trust. And when you start taking away trust, the relationship's going to go downhill. So stop playing games. Sit down like adults and come up with a solution together.
The love bomber, a tale as old as time. You know what kind of man he is. He will break his back trying to make himself seem like the ideal man for you. Quick to make you feel special and just as quick to coax you into being more comfortable with him. He will flood your messages and your cabinets with all sorts of gifts to create this illusion that you're truly special to him. And just as you're starting to fall for him, he retreats. To put it straight, they're great actors. The masters of putting on a facade, if you will. At least they are during the beginning. They will go all out trying to make you feel wanted and special, making you think that they're this thoughtful and generous guy. But at the core, they're only here playing pretend. So once you've put your walls down, suddenly the act is up, and they'll be showing their true colors. Remember, real love takes time to foster. Someone with genuine intentions won't give you this sensory overload of all things lovey-dovey from the get-go. So none of that overcommitment in the first day you spend together. It is definitely worth evaluating that anything that is moving way too fast, because chances are it is full speed on purpose so that you miss details you otherwise wouldn't if you paid close attention. So heed me when I say take your time. Finally, we move on to the smooth talker, the flyboy. He appears to have it all, the aura, the looks, the charm, the silver tongue, you name it. He will glide his way to your heart with humor, inching closer and closer before you can even comprehend it. He feels perfect, almost too perfect. This guy knows what to say, when to say it, and he doesn't even stress about how to say it. He makes you feel special, like you're the only woman in the room. That, of course, comes with a catch. These guys are aware that they are attractive. Paired with their charm, of course, it is inevitable. It's an inevitable fact that they will have their options and wouldn't hesitate to take their picks as they wish. He feels great to be with at the start, but once that little honeymoon phase is gone, well, that is, if he even lets you reach to that point, so will any of his supposed intentions to have a deeper connection. Basically, he makes bold claims wrapped with a nice ribbon, but never actually backs them up. Remember, if it seems too good to be true, that's because it almost always is. Now, what do we take from all this? Always keep in mind that you deserve someone who is genuine and up for commitment. Not only that, but also someone who respects your feelings and knows better than to waste your time.
The best relationship advice in under 30 seconds is, ladies, men are simple. If you feel like he's difficult, it's because he doesn't like you. The only time a man is difficult is when he does not like you. If you feel like you can't get through to him, mama, it's because he doesn't want to let you in. Move on.
You want a real relationship, and these players just want fun at others' expense. There's no common denominator here, so stay away from these guys. Take it slow when you're getting into a relationship, and always trust your gut. If you feel something is wrong, then it's better safe than sorry. A good relationship should feel fulfilling and loving. It is never meant to feel like some twisted joke or lame party game. No use in settling for someone who won't offer you respect, trust, and growth. That is the barest of bare minimum, so don't settle for less. Especially as someone who's taking love with full seriousness. So, what do you think about these players? If you have chanced upon any of these variants, let's continue discussing in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences, whether silly or dreadfully traumatic. Stay true to yourself and don't let some guy just play you like a pawn. Current Jump here at it again. Peace.
And I'ma just do me. A new thing hold me down on 2 feet. That's 10 toes, bust 4, 5, and 6 foes. Need 2, 6, 4, 0 eyes and a 6 4.